Hello, we hope that your Tuesday is a ruby. That's from all of us at radicallyrational.com. Yeah, I'm wearing a baseball shirt. And yes, there is a message. Work it out. America needs you, Harry Truman. Let's get this thing going. Get spring training going on time. I don't want to hear it. During my long career as a day-to-day sports journalist, I covered, 47 of these baseball work stoppages. And I used to get in the weeds and I'd do all the research and they're asking for 53.275. I don't care about that stuff. Work it out. America needs you. So I did go back and I watched Super Bowl 56 in its entirety again yesterday. And here were my impressions. That game may have been even better than we thought it was. There was an awful lot of stuff going on there. But here was my other impression. There was a degree of trauma inflicted in that game that exceeded anything I've ever seen. There was the physical trauma, of course. Both quarterbacks had some scary moments. We hope the best for OBJ. But there was an emotional trauma in that game that was just unprecedented. And of course, the losers were upset, but the winners were traumatized. I mean, think about this. You have the youngest Super Bowl winning coach in NFL history who's talking about stepping away, and he means it. I think he'll talk himself out of it. You have the best player in football, Aaron Donald, in his prime. He is 30 years old, clearly at the top of his game, and he's talking about stepping away. There was a level of trauma inflicted in this game that just exceeded any previous Super Bowl and maybe any previous football game. And here's my working hypothesis. These people are people too. And they have been through the last 2 years too, personally and with their families. And it's been even more difficult in the NFL because of the protocols and the hoop jumping, etc. And it's fatiguing. It wears you out. It exhausts you. I do think also the addition of a 17th regular season game, I think that had something to do with this. But one, I want to thank everybody involved in that game for providing a truly memorable sporting event, but I wish peace for everybody. All right, now I'm not going to be peaceful. Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Bengals, two things, and I mean them both equally. He clearly is an uncommonly great leader of men. And he really is. I mean, you watch the way he handles that stuff and the way his team responds to him on a personal level. Guy's got something going there. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to let him off the hook. He is a truly awful in-game football coach. And it's not a one-off. It's not just that he kind of bumped it a couple of times in the Super Bowl on Sunday. We saw this all year long. Here's the thing, he's a smart guy, and he will improve, and he will go to school on Sean McVay, because let's not forget 3 years ago when McVay was in the Super Bowl, he got completely schooled by the hoodie, but he stayed humble, and he kept working, and he got it right, and I respect that. One thing I'm grateful for, I hope I never get so bitter and sour and crotchety that I whine about who's selected as the halftime act at the Super Bowl. Really? Think about how narcissistic that is. They don't exist to please me. That's not their mission. That's not their goal. I am no longer anybody's target demo unless you're selling fiber supplements or something like that. And I don't take it personally. And people seem to have a good time. They were entertained. Why wouldn't that make me happy? Why would I have to whine about that? Two people who did make me happy. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and here's why: they treated the Super Bowl like a football game. And that was the right key to play it in. With all the other hoopla, with The Rock and everything else, and I'm not knocking The Rock, okay, but the circus-like atmosphere called for a counterbalance in the form of two really good broadcasters doing a football game. And they got it right. Okay, look. Russia could invade Ukraine, I don't know, by the time I get through shooting this video here on Tuesday morning. But there are some signs that maybe Russia is pulling back. I don't know what's going to happen, but if an invasion is avoided, let's understand this. It will have been prevented by NATO and the United States and that alliance doing what that alliance was designed to do. Something that would not have happened if that orange had been reelected. That's a fact. Had that orange been reelected, Russian flags would be flying in Ukraine today and here forever after. And are you really so stupid or really so naive? Do you not understand that Pooty-Poot manipulating Trump, that's what this was all about? And Trump is such a narcissist. He hears anybody say they love him, he just bends over for them. Do you not understand that was about? That's why Pooty-Poot wanted Trump elected the first time and was trying to get him reelected, because it would have just opened the gate into Ukraine. Do you honestly not see that? And yesterday, the Trump organization gets a formal letter from the organization's accounting firm that says, I can't go for that. No can do. Here's the deal. Your financial statements are false. They are unreliable. And essentially, we can't get none on us. Reputationally and for reasons of legal liability, just can't do it anymore. Do you not understand what this is? This is still unbelievable. I just don't understand people that will not trust their own eyes and ears and will not accept what is clearly in front of them. And still I'm hearing, well, that wasn't an attempt to overthrow the government. Well, then what the hell was it, a platypus? Well, they weren't just trying to overturn the election. What were they trying to do? Well, that wasn't an armed insurrection. Wasn't a coup. Well, then what was it? And that's a form of cowardice. It's a form of childish cowardice, because there's nothing more cowardly than people that will not accept the facts that are right in front of their eyes. Rudy Giuliani wanting to steal voting machines? Gee, that's innocent. There's an innocent explanation for that, isn't there? It's a form of cowardice, and we're just not putting up with it anymore. We're not going to allow you to reinvent your alternative reality and parallel universe. Baseball, work it out. We are radically rational.